Okay, right here I have prawns and salmon. I don't know, rice and peas look already. Salad with a little fruit. Don't know, Jamaican style. Fried chicken affidede. Need to get the avocado.
New to the group, I can see. Haha.
Yeah man, rice and peas, swim around, fried plantain, fruit drinks, passion, carrot, cherry.
Yes, my view. Can't tell us the mental issue is very real. Yeah, I've been through it and I can tell you. Yeah, my mom was one, you know. And let me tell you this. In time she can't get certain things from family member, what she got do, she got take to the road and go beg. You understand me? If you get cigarettes, I get something for drink, I get something for eat. So when family member not responding to what a mental family member needs, you gotta have this discouragement, Yeah, so Malcolm, yeah, so right away it's a very serious topic, So yeah, so I want to look out for the mental one them, Yeah. Them have emotional problem, so emotional problem. So you have to sit down and talk to them. Because if you don't sit down and talk to them, if you shun them will get irritated and all these things. Yeah? And do things out of the way they well enough to do. Boom.
Blessings, family. What is mental health? Mental health are many different things. And that's why you always hear seek a friend before you need a friend. Mental health can be many different ways. It can be physical, it can be emotional, it can be many different ways. Some people not no money, some people tired of get them feelings hurt, some people tired of get disappointed, some people just keep it in roadblock and say, boy, everywhere I go for help, I can't find it. Everywhere I go talk to somebody in our workout, it's just a matter of getting a hold of the right person. If you see somebody look like something not look right or them not act right, try hold a conversation with them and see if you can get around maybe a thing or two. But on the other hand, you have some people out there just listen to your business just for broadcast it also and basically add more fumes to the fire. So that will cause some people just to shut down more. That's my thought on that.
Good morning again. We are misinterpreting mental health with mental illnesses. Mental health is a good thing. Mental health is a state of mental well being that enables people to cope with stresses of life, to realize their ability to learn well and work well, and contribute to their community. It is an integral component of health and well being that underpins our individual and collective ability to make decisions, to build relationships, and to shape the world we live in. Mental health is a basic human right, and it is crucial to personal, community, and socioeconomic development according to WHO. Now, if we want to talk about mental illnesses now, is another issue. Mental illnesses cause most time because of sometimes parental damages to brain, injury to brain, exposed exposed to toxic things, infections, and I believe in today's world we soon have a lot of mental illness people around us. because a lot of people, children rather, are just withdrawn. That's one of the symptoms to know that people have these mental illnesses, is when they start to withdraw. They lose their appetite, their type of behavior. Sometimes they get aggressive. They don't learn to talk over things. This is mental illnesses. So therefore, whenever we observe people or children withdrawn, losing appetite, and stuff like those, it is time we start to take them up, talk with them, get to know what you're going through. I'm going to share something with you. Some years ago, I used to drive ambulance in Kingston, and I remember we get a call to pick up a young lady at a particular office in New Kingston. So when we went there, we were warned based on how she was behaving. It was a fight to get her out of the office, to get her on the stretcher. My second even got a bite on his hand, the porter. Anyway, we eventually, with help from the office, to get her on the stretcher and strap her down, took her to the hospital. They gave her an injection and some drip. After a while, when she recovered, when I was taking her back to her office, you know what she says to me? Was I behaving badly? That she have a mental illness. That means she have no control over what she was doing. But she eventually know that she behaved bad because probably something had happened before, and people might have said to her. So people with mental illnesses have no control over certain actions. They cannot cope with the stress of life. They are unable to. And that is why many of them give up their own, or took their own points and so on. But we, as the one who are mental well-being, should observe these things and help them.
To the topic, my view about mental health. Good morning, group. Morning, team member. Morning, teacher. Well, mental health. I'm a person that struggled with mental health. I was really, really sick. And for all the persons who don't know what is mental health, let me tell you about mental health. So mental health depression is a case where you undergo a lot of abuse and stress. You undergo a lot of stress, abuse, physical, mental and emotional abuse. And when you sit and think about the abuse, is not everybody brain strong enough. It's not everybody brain strong enough to fight the depression or to fight off what you are thinking about. So in my case, with my mental health issue, I was on medication. I was in a point where I realized I started the medication turning me into a zombie. Yeah. And let me tell you something, it's not an easy thing. You are hearing voices, multiple voices speaking to you and telling you different things to do. Persons you see out there on the street, mad, or if you stop and talk to them, some of them will talk to you, they have a conversation with you, but they cannot help it. They can't control the voices that they are hearing in the head. Let me tell you something. I hear voices telling me to commit suicide. Persons who hurt me, telling me to hurt them. I will just see somebody and I don't like them, and the voice say, go kill that person there. Trust me, it wasn't an easy road for me. It wasn't an easy road for me. I was with a man in Ďeath at the time when I developed this thing. And trust me, I was in abuse. When I say abuse, I was being abused mentally, physically, and emotionally. I was being beaten like I'm his child. I was beaten, battered, licked down, yeah. And that's where my depression started from. And eventually, for some reason, I went to a doctor, and the doctor diagnosed me of mental health depression. And when they start me off with the medication, when I leave, I started the medication in Ďeath, but I come to Clarendon. When I came to Clarendon, I was still on medication. In and out of relationship, because of what I've been through and having depression, I find it very hard to trust people around me. I trust no one. And although I am better now, thank God, I am better, I still cannot find it in myself to trust people. Yes, I have like 3 persons in my circle that I really, really trust, and they are my close friends. Those are the 3 persons that I really, really trust, and they know what I've been through. They know I have this sickness, and they have proven to me that I can trust them. And so they are in my circle. And I am off medication now, thanks to counseling, thanks to church, but most of all, thanks to Father God and prayer. When I started the medication and started being calm and realizing that I am sick, I cried and I prayed night and day to get help. When I moved to Spanish Town, I met this doctor at Spanish Town, St. Diego Health Center in Dr. Garden. And that man was the man who stand with me so I can be okay today, to the point where I am an officer. I am career orientated, trust me. I cannot live in a circle with people who tends to argue a lot about everything and negative things. I have to be living in a circle that is peace and quiet, because the least thing will trigger you. Yeah. You have to be living and staying focused. Yeah, it's not easy. So when you hear people talking about mental health, and if you want to know more, feel free to call me and I will tell you a lot, because let me tell you something. If I'm to stand here and talk to you about mental health, trust me, it wouldn't done today. Believe you me. But I just give God thanks for Dr. Garden from Spanish Town Hospital. He works at St. Diego Health Center. He also works at Cumberland Road Health Center. And I thank him, my 3 close friends who stood with me. And I remember the last time I went to Dr. Garden, he said to me that you can heal you. And he said, what you love to do? And I tell him, he said, okay, as of today, you're going to stop taking the medication and do what you love to do best. And that's what I do, and that's what heal me. I heal myself. So mental health is a serious thing, and nothing pretty, Multiple voices talking to you is not anything pretty, honey. It's not anything pretty.